For the longest time, I kept saying, I want to date a werewolf. I need to find a werewolf and they need to marry me. But after watching this movie, I still want to date a werewolf, just not these kinds. And welcome to my Safe Gayven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for clicking on another video and joining me here on the BlackGayComicGeek channel. Guys, I have a goal for this month and I'm hoping you can help me achieve that goal. I am at like 9,700 subscribers, so I'm less than 300. I'm a little over 9,700, so I'm less than 300 subscribers away for hitting 10,000 subscribers. So that's my goal for this month. So do me a favor, help me hit that milestone. So if you're not subscribed and you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek. And I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic. So I mostly like to talk about fantasy, sci-fi, horror, supernatural, which is fantasy, comic books, etc., as long as it falls in the fantasy realm. And I like to talk about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you think representation matters and representation equals normalization, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Help me to continue to grow this channel. Help me to become more visible so that other queer nerds can see themselves represented in these genres or talk about these genres that they love. But if you're also subscribed, if you're already subscribed, you can help me build and boost and grow my platform by hitting that like button. It tells YouTube that this video in particular is worth getting out there and recommending to other people. My channel is worth recommending to other people so I can hit that milestone of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, maybe eventually 100,000. Who knows? But if you can't see it, if you can't dream it, you can't earn it and you can't believe it. So let's go. But with that said, guys, I got the lovely opportunity, thanks to Universal Pictures, to see an early screening for the movie The Wolfman. And I was excited about this movie because it's directed and written by Leigh Whannell. And I am a big fan of Leigh Whannell. Every time I watch one of his movies, I'm like, oh, this is good. And ever since Upgrade, which I believe I did review Upgrade, I was like, oh, anything that this man does, I'm going to watch. He actually wrote the first 3 Saw movies. He directed the movie and wrote Upgrade, and he also did one of my favorite movies of that year, The Invisible Man. That was also the movie that made me go, oh no, I'm watching everything that this man does. And so the next thing that he's directed is The Wolfman. So really quick edit insert. I did not review Upgrade on my YouTube channel because that movie came out in 2018. I didn't start my channel until 2019, but I was like, I could have sworn I reviewed this movie. I did on a podcast that I used to be part of, but it just wasn't on YouTube. But I definitely recommend you check that movie out because I really enjoyed Upgrade. I think it might be on streaming services somewhere, but definitely check out Upgrade. And so this is going to be a non-spoiler review because the movie's not out yet. So let's get into The Wolfman. It is a remake of the 1941 movie of the same name. Blake and his family are attacked by an unseen animal and in a desperate attempt to escape, barricade themselves inside a farmhouse as the creature prowls the perimeter. As the night stretches on, however, Blake begins to behave strangely, transforming into the very thing that they are trying to escape from, something unrecognizable that soon jeopardizes his wife and daughter. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is a remake of the 1941 film, and apparently I just looked this up, there was also a movie, The Wolfman, which was also a remake of the 1941 movie that came out in 2010, and I believe this is the 3rd remake of that movie. And of course, there's been plenty of other werewolf movies, but I think as an official remake, I think this is the 3rd one. And I gotta say, like I mentioned, I love Leigh Whannell's movies. Like, I like the first 3 Saw movies, which he did write. I liked Upgrade, which was a very good movie. I really enjoyed The Invisible Man. But I gotta say, with The Wolfman, it was a good, boring movie. I think that's the best way for me to describe it. Like, as excited as I was about this movie, after watching it, I was just like, it's okay. And the reason I feel that way is because, yes, I understand it was a remake, but there are plenty of movies that are remakes that are either just as good as the original, or in cases like The Departed, for example, are even better than the original. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a remake of the movie, but it was far better than the original movie with Christy Swanson. Dune was a remake. I think it's better. The Jungle Book was a remake of the cartoon. Honestly, I like the live action Jungle Book. That's still probably my favorite live action Disney adaptation so far. The It movies, those were remakes. Like, so you can do, just because a movie is a remake doesn't mean it can't be just as good or even better or even elevate the original movie. And I don't feel like, granted, I've never seen the 1941 movie, but I've seen plenty of werewolf movies, and I basically feel like this is just your standard paint by numbers werewolf movie. Like, honestly, if you guys have seen I think it came out in 1994 movie, I think it's called Wolf with Jack Nicholson. I don't think that was a remake of, but it was basically that werewolf Wolfman story. This is basically the same movie as Wolf. And even comparing it to something that Lee Winnell did, The Invisible Man, which was also a remake, but he took that concept and that basic story and premise and elevated it. And then in the way he had the Invisible Man portrayed and let it be through technology, and then the way the movie was crafted, like, it was very interesting with the way he did it, and it made me really enjoy that movie. And so I thought he was kind of going to do that with this movie and elevate it. And for the most part, like, yes, there were certain screenshots and there were certain ways that he moved the camera that was very interesting. And then also he also showed the movie where you saw it through the werewolf's perspective and regular people's perspective, and seeing the way the camera moved and seeing that different perspective, that was also very interesting. And that's why I said it was a good, boring movie, because there were things that he did that was really interesting, but at the same time, I predicted literally every single thing that was gonna happen. I was like, oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, this is gonna happen. And I was right at every single moment. There was like nothing different or elevated, or rather, the best way to put it, there was nothing new about the story that made me think in my mind that he needed to tell this particular story, because there was nothing like, oh, I'm going to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it in a different way. It was just like, no, it was just different shots that you told, but it was basically the same exact story. And it left me a little disappointed because I saw a lot of people praising this movie. Like, they were talking up this movie, and it made me even more excited. And again, it's not a bad movie, but it's a good, boring movie. It was okay. It's something I would rather like sit at home and watch on like a streaming service, not actually get up and go. Like, if I had to pay for this movie, I'd probably be a little upset. I'm like, I could have watched this at home or whatever. Like, I had to leave that, and it's cold outside. Like, I'm here in New York, and the temperature, it's like 30-something degrees. I'm like, I had to leave the house for it, or rather, I'm in New Jersey, but the New York area, I saw the screening in New York, but I'm just like, I could have watched this at home. Like, I'd rather watch Jack Nicholson's Wolf. That was a more enjoyable movie for me. Now, with that said, outside of the story, like, I thought the actors did pretty well. I thought the actors did good in their roles. I thought the wife character, I'm not sure who the actor is, but I found out after the movie that the same person that played the wife is the same person that they cast as the new Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four, the Shia LaBeouf version of the Silver Surfer, not Norman Rad. So it's not gender swap. It's just a different person became the Silver Surfer in this universe for the live action version of the Fantastic Four. That's the same person. And like, her character, she was kind of just there and didn't really participate until really the end of the movie. That's when her character started to get more agency. But like, I don't really feel much for her character, but she was still good in the circumstances that she was put in. But like, again, it wasn't the actors or the problem of the cinematography or anything. It was just the story was very predictable. And again, you've seen one werewolf movie or Wolfman type of movie, and like, again, I get it's a remake, but like, if you're gonna remake it, give me a reason for it to be remade. Tell me something innovative. Give me something innovative or a new type of story, or like, give me a bait and switch or something that gives me a reason to make this movie made, as opposed to just the same way I thought about The Lion King, or a lot of the Disney live action versions of the movie. It's like they do the same thing. So it's like, why? Like, I feel like Jungle Book was a different type of movie. So that's why I really like Jungle Book. But like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, like, they were all literally the same movie. So I'm just like, then why, other than it being live action, why does this need to be made? And I felt the same way about this. But yeah, like I said, there are people that did enjoy The Wolfman. I didn't hate it, but yeah, but with that said, maybe you really enjoyed The Wolfman. So once it comes out in theaters and you see it, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you like werewolf movies? What are some of your favorite werewolf movies or werewolf lore and things like that? Did you like the Underworld movies? Like, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below to help boost this video for the algorithm. And of course, I care about what you think. I always respond to as many comments as I can. Like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. And again, if this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully you check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow, and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.